Let's have a real talk about your kitchen for a minute. We all want it to be a place of health, right? A place where we prepare nourishing food for ourselves and the people we love. We read labels, we choose organic produce, we're mindful of what goes into our bodies. But what if I told you there is a high chance you read bringing a hidden toxin into that very space every single week? Not in your food, but in the very thing you use to store your food, to heat your food, and to drink your water. This isn't about some obscure chemical in a factory miles away. This is about something sitting in your pantry, your fridge, or your dishwasher right now. And it's not just a single product, it's a category of materials so common we've stopped thinking about them. We trust them because they're everywhere. Welcome back to Healthy Spark. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the hidden toxin in your kitchen right now. We're going to identify it, understand the legitimate science behind the concerns, and most importantly, I'll give you a clear, practical action plan to significantly reduce your exposure without having to overhaul your entire life overnight. If you're someone who cares about creating a truly healthy home environment, you're going to want to hear this. Let's start by setting the scene. I want you to take a mental walk through your kitchen. Open your cabinets. What do you see holding your leftovers? Look at your water bottles. What about your kids' lunchboxes or the plastic wrap you use? Chances are, you're looking at a sea of plastic. And not just any plastic specifically. Old, scratched, worn out, or cheap plastic that wasn't designed for what we're using it for. The hidden toxin we're focusing on today isn't necessarily the plastic itself, but what can leach out of it under common conditions. We're talking about industrial chemicals used to make plastics flexible, clear, and durable. Two of the biggest culprits you might have heard of are BPA, bisphenol A, and its frequently used replacements like BPS, bisphenol S, along with the family of chemicals called phthalates, pronounced phthalates. Now, before we go any further, let's address the elephant in the room. You might be thinking, but I buy BPA-Free. I'm safe. That's a great first step, and it shows you're paying attention. But here is the critical question I want you to consider. If they took BPA out because it was potentially harmful, what did they replace it with? And do we have 50 years of long-term safety data on that new chemical? That's where the concept of regrettable substitution comes in. Often, when one problematic chemical is phased out, it's replaced with a structural cousin chemical that looks and acts very similarly in the body but isn't as well studied. BPS is a prime example. The BPA-Free sticker can give us a false sense of security, making us believe the product is now perfectly inert and safe, when in reality, we may have just swapped one concern for another we know less about. So, how do these chemicals get from your container into your body? It's called leaching. Think of it like this: plastic isn't a solid, impenetrable wall. It's more like a loosely woven net, especially when it's subjected to three key things: heat, acid, and wear and tear. 1. Heat. This is the big one. When you microwave food in a plastic container or put a plastic lid on a hot pot of soup, you are dramatically accelerating the leaching process. The heat essentially loosens the chemical bonds, allowing small amounts of these compounds to migrate into your food or drink. 2. Acid. Highly acidic foods, think tomato sauce, citrus fruits, vinegar-based dressings can also break down plastic over time, encouraging chemical migration. Storing last night's pasta sauce in a plastic tub is a double whammy: acid from the tomatoes and potential reheating later. 3. Wear and tear. Scratches, cloudiness, and general degradation from the dishwasher or rough handling create microfissures in the plastic, increasing the surface area from which chemicals can leach. That old, cloudy plastic food container that's been through the dishwasher 100 times. That's a prime suspect. Now, toxin is a strong word. You might be wondering, what's the big deal? It must be such a tiny amount, and you're right. The amount that leaches into any single meal is very small. Regulators often assess risk based on high-dose, short-term studies. But the concern from a growing body of environmental health research isn't about acute poisoning. It's about chronic, low-dose exposure and what's called endocrine disruption. Your endocrine system is your body's exquisite, delicate hormonal messaging system. It controls everything from metabolism and growth to sleep, mood, and reproduction. Endocrine disruptors are chemicals that can mimic, block, or interfere with your body's natural hormones. They can act like a whisper in a crowded room, sending confusing signals at critically sensitive times, especially during fetal development and childhood. While the science is complex and ongoing, some studies on BPA and phthalates have associated them with potential links to a range of issues, from altered metabolic function and increased body weight to potential impacts on fertility and development. The point isn't to panic. The point is to apply a principle we use in nutrition, the precautionary principle. When there is credible evidence of potential harm, and safer alternatives are readily available, it's a smart choice to minimize your exposure. You don't need to wait for absolute scientific consensus to make a simple, protective change for your household. So, let's move from the problem to the practical solution. Your mission is not to eliminate all plastic that's nearly impossible in the modern world. Your mission is to be strategic and reduce exposure where it matters most, in the kitchen, with your food and water. Here is your Healthy Spark Kitchen Detox Action Plan. 1. The microwave mandate. This is rule number 1. Never microwave food or liquid in plastic, ever. Not even if it says microwave safe. Microwave safe means the container won't melt. It doesn't mean chemicals won't leach. Transfer food to a glass or ceramic plate or bowl before heating. 2. The storage upgrade. Start phasing out your plastic food storage containers, especially for anything acidic or that you plan to reheat. Invest in a set of glass containers with stainless steel or bamboo lids. For on the go, use stainless steel lunchboxes. For your leftovers, use those glass containers or even just a regular plate with a reusable beeswax wrap or a simple saucer placed on top. 3. The bottle swap. Ditch the disposable plastic water bottles and old, scratched plastic reusable bottles. Switch to a bottle made of stainless steel or glass. This is a single purchase that will serve you for years and eliminate a major daily source of potential exposure. 4. The dishwasher dilemma. If you must keep some plastic items like kids' cups or specific utensils, wash them by hand. The intense heat and harsh detergents in the dishwasher accelerate the breakdown of plastic. Hand washing is gentler and preserves the integrity of the material longer. 5. The grocery store strategy. Be mindful at the store. When you can, choose items packaged in glass or cardboard over plastic, especially for oily or acidic foods like tomato sauce, olive oil, or vinegar. It's not always possible, but every choice adds up. Look, I'm not suggesting you go home and throw out every single plastic item in a frenzy. That's wasteful and stressful. This is about progress, not perfection. Start this week by identifying your top 3 risk items. Is it the plastic container you microwave your lunch in every day? Is it the scratch-top water bottle you carry everywhere? Is it the plastic pitcher you make iced tea in? Pick one. Find a simple alternative and make the swap. Next week, tackle another. By making these switches, you're not just avoiding a potential negative, you're investing in peace of mind. You're taking conscious control over an aspect of your environment that most people ignore. You're creating a kitchen that truly aligns with your health values. If this deeper look into your everyday environment sparks a desire to take more control of your health at home, then you're in the right place. At Healthy Spark, we believe true wellness isn't just about the food you eat, but the environment you create around it. Subscribe to Healthy Spark and hit the bell. We're here to uncover the hidden factors that impact your health and give you the clear, actionable steps to address them. Now, I'm genuinely curious, after hearing this, What's the first plastic item in your kitchen you're going to take a closer look at? Is it a specific container, a water bottle, or something else? Tell me in the comments below. Sharing your first step can inspire others in our community. Thanks for caring about the details that matter. Here to a healthier kitchen and a healthier you. I'll see you in the next video.